Oh. Okay. Going everywhere to check and see what's happening. Should be some live stuff. Yep. Well, there we go. All right. Awesome. All right. Oh, I think everything works the way that it should. Oh, streamer bot popping up. Yeah, we don't have to wait for updates. Integrations. Meld, Polypop, OBS. Is this action not turned on? Let's just test What's that? Trigger? There it is. Okay. Let's make the trigger enabled. Edit the trigger, Discord invite. How many seconds? That's what I thought. 1800 seconds. All right, we'll see. We'll see how that works. We'll come back to it. I want to paint. Hey everybody, my name is Chris. Welcome. Hope you all are having a great evening, great late night. I'm having a pretty good night. We added a couple more Discord members, so thank you very much for that. We got a new subscriber on the channel. Thank you very much for that. And I added 2 new products, which are not diamond painting tools, to the store. So I encourage you to go check those out. Sometimes people really like the tea. They need something to sip the tea out of. I'm going to help you with that. Yeah, it's corny, I know, but we're having fun here, so it doesn't matter. Take that plastic off. We don't need it. Okay. Let's see, where are we at? I feel like I'm a little bit under the weather. Like, coming down with something. I don't know. Hopefully, I'm not. All right, so let's get into it. Let's do some F's and L's. What do we got here? F's and L's. So L's is number 12. Because it is, oh, L's are 12. Ooh, I put that on the F. Let's move that up one. There we go. Now we're in the right spot. And we need to fix the autofocus on the camera because that's going to drive me crazy. So let's go autofocus normal. We should just tap. Okay, now the focus will stay in the same place. So we are doing L's, not F's. L is number 12. See? You can see it right here. L, number 12. Put things in the right spot. Always a good habit. We'll see if any of my friends come and join me tonight. But if not, it's okay to have a quiet night too. Self-reflection and painting, never a bad idea. I wonder about B, because B is in Hawaii and they have a volcano erupting. I want to say it's Kilauea. Big 1,000-foot fountains of lava. They were showing like a triple fountain yesterday or the day before yesterday. 1,000 feet in the air of molten rock and ash. Like it's quite a sight. And what's crazy is they actually have like tourists going up there to, like, you know, and they're just like standing there. Now obviously from the camera angle and like the zoom lenses that they use, like it looks like the tourists are closer to the volcano than they actually are, but still it's crazy to be anywhere near there, because like it just randomly it could just go from being like, oh, that's a cool looking, you know, display, I've never seen fountains of lava, to like Dante's Peak in like a heartbeat. And it's like, I don't care, you're not gonna get down the mountain fast enough to get away. You're gonna end up like that one dude in Pompeii who, you know, just decided, hey, since I can't go, I'm just gonna get a last one in. You know what I'm talking about. Y'all seen the Facebook post. He died happy. So hopefully nothing pops off really wild with that, and it's just Kilauea, you know, rolling over in his sleep, and it'll go back to bed eventually. And then Japan had a like a 7.2 or 7.5 earthquake the other day. Like, I mean, you got earthquakes and volcanoes blowing up. Like the Pacific Rim over there is just, it's popping. Maybe there's kaiju. Maybe there's kaiju and they're about to come up. I mean, what else could happen in the world today, right? It's, you might as well just have Godzilla and King Kong and other other monsters just start battling it out. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me at this point. Everything else is happening. My beautiful wife is asleep in her chair back there. She's knocked out. She woke up really early. She says she's not knocked out, but she's knocked out. She's out of here. She's fighting dragging off to bed because she doesn't like to go to bed until she can barely walk and make it to bed. That way she knows she's tired enough to not get up again. She's got some hip and shoulder pain that prevent her from sleeping a lot. So she likes to be tired before she goes to crawl into bed. Me, I go to bed. Sleeping is optional. Sometimes I go to sleep, sometimes not so much. I just lay there breathing loudly. But my brain is still like going. And as much as I feel like I'm awake when I'm sleeping, awake when I'm sleeping, I never feel like I have the ability to do what is it called when you're awake while you're dreaming, so you can like control your dreams. If you know what that's called, I'll think of it here in a minute. But if I don't, and you know what it's called, let me know in chat. But like I never feel like that, like where I'm like, oh, I realize that I'm dreaming, so I'm just gonna do this or that or whatever. For me, it's just whatever happens to be on my mind. I'm just gonna think about that. When I'm done thinking about it, I just move on to the next subject, or until I drift off to sleep for 30 minutes or an hour, and then I wake back up, think about some more stuff. Toss and turn. Lucid dreaming. That's what it is. That's what it's called. Lucid dreaming. Am I right? Lucid dreaming. Right? Don't people, aren't those the same people that keep like dream journals, where they like wake up in the morning and then they write down whatever they were dreaming about and like keep track of it? This painting that I'm doing here is from Make Market, which is sold at Michael's. It's a 16 by 20 square drill painting. It's a Christmas theme, and it's called Fireplace. And if you've never seen it before, this thing here that I'm using is called a canvas window. I design and make these, and I sell them in my store. You can see thecoffee.com link there in the corner. You're welcome to go there, check it out. But this rectangle of plastic here is meant to kind of, section off a section, and then you can use what I call sliders to kind of increase or decrease the size of the section that you're working in. So say I wanted to work only in this section here, and it would line up with the grid like this. So when I place all the drills in here, everything ends up nice and tight. You can see like I've got some squiggly lines here. As I fill this section up with drills, it becomes tighter and tighter. The drills kind of mash and push up against each other. They can't really go outside of the border that I've created for them, so they're kind of forced into a square position. And each of these sliders that I sell comes with what I call a long slider, and then there's a short slider as well, which, oh, here it is. You can only use one slider at a time. Most of the time I use the short slider, as does Sandy, my wife. And so we kind of prefer to make our sections about the same size as standard ruler, which we also make as well. So we might section this in half to do a section about as big as a ruler there. And then we'll just paint this section, and then when we're done, we'll remove this and paint this section over here. But in this case, I'm just painting the window all at once, because when you pick a color for this particular section, there's a lot of it, so I might as well paint it all at one time. So we are all done with F's in this area, so we'll put those back where they came from. Put that thing back where it came from, or so help me. It's a musical. And what's the next color that I'd like to paint with? Let's do number 28, this slash. So we'll go here, we'll grab number 28. And we'll give it a little shaky poo. We'll do some 53, which is our white. We don't need a whole lot of it. Oh, I'm spilling drills. And of course, I would spill them right on the canvas. Did I get them all? Yes, I did. Let's see. K. K is 11. Single place in K's for the win. A nice, quiet, relaxing evening. Spent the first part of my evening after work. Well, I went to IHOP. Man, it's getting, well, it's not getting expensive. It is expensive out there. Went to IHOP, paid $40 for breakfast for 2 people. Had an omelet and some pancakes. Like, damn, really $40? So going to IHOP now costs the same amount as it does to go to the Pasta Bowl, the all-you-can-eat Pasta Bowl, the never-ending Pasta Bowl at Olive Garden. Like, IHOP and decently made Italian food are on the same level. You serious? I'm not clowning you if you work at IHOP, if you like IHOP, but do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's breakfast. It's breakfast. Breakfast is not dinner. And IHOP is not like it's as far as like food chains. Come on now, come on. IHOP is not here. I mean, you know, Olive Garden has come down from like where you used to have to wear like, you know, a button down shirt and some nice slacks. It's kind of come down, but it ain't come down this far. And IHOP did not go up here. What is going on in the world where breakfast costs as much as all you can eat dinner at IHOP? Are we serious right now? I told Sandy, I'm like, man, we can't keep doing this. But she was the one who was like, we can't keep doing this. I was like, you're right. You need to learn how to cook a really good omelet. And she didn't actually say no. So we used to have this. It's not an omelet maker, but it was like a. It's relaxing watching someone else diamond paint. Retired Dread, hey, welcome to the stream. My name's Chris. I own the store on Coffee called the Diamond Brush, and I make tools and stuff like that. But yeah, thank you very much for joining me. It is. That's actually how I got started diamond painting, is because in some weird way, I think it was like a Facebook short or something like that, and like it was one of those ones where it's like an ASMR video where it was just like, oh, I remember exactly. I thought it was so cool. I still think it's cool, which is why I'm doing it. But they use one of those like diamond painting wheels, you know? Yeah, you're Red. Oh, Retired Red. Well, awesome. Welcome to the stream, Red. They use one of those diamond painting wheels where you put like the sticky tape on the wheel and then you like roll the diamonds onto the mat. I've never known anybody to like really actually use that besides like TikTokers. It doesn't seem like that would be a very efficient way to diamond paint. Maybe it is. Maybe I'm missing out. I don't know, but I don't think it is. But it sure does look cool in a video. But yeah, you heard me probably raging about Olive Garden versus IHOP and how they now cost the same, which is insane. But I got started watching videos on YouTube and Facebook and stuff like that. You have one, but you never tried it? Oh, you got to try it and tell me how it is. Like post it in the comment or something when you try it out. I really want to know. I'm still working on the timing of the bots, so if the bots get annoying with their little messages and all, let me know and I can tone them down or turn them off. I'm still working on that. But I was like, oh man, I gotta try this. And my wife had tried it like a couple years before, and she's like, I think I got a canvas. And she's like, I think I got a canvas from like somewhere cheap, like in the hallway closet. That she like never finished, and it turned out to be a snowman, and it was probably about maybe like a 10 by 10 or a 12 by 12. I think it was 12 by 12, and it was a 12 by 12 round, cheap Temu, not the greatest quality, but I didn't know any different. And So I painted it, and I was like, oh man, this is really relaxing. Oh my god, it's taking forever. But it was really relaxing, and I'm like, oh man. So I built like my own draft table that like tilted out of like scrap wood because I have a wood shop. Um, and I just kind of was like, oh wow, this is so nice because rather than doing my other hobbies, playing pinball and working in my wood shop, things that you can't do when you're a night owl because you'll wake the whole neighborhood up. Um, I I just really got carried away with diamond painting. I created a tool for me because I saw a tool online and I'm like, I don't have the money to like go buying tools for a hobby that I don't know will work. And I have a 3D printer that I acquired to help me out with some stuff in the wood shop. So I was like, I'll make one. And so it took me like all night long to figure out how to like make one to line up with the grid and all. But I did that and I posted it on Facebook and people liked it and they thought it was good and they're like, I want one. So now I have a business where I make all kinds of tools. But that's there you go. That was like the 2 minute version of my diamond painting story. Food is so expensive, whether it's at home or the restaurant. Yeah, it's nuts. You're not wrong. Not even gonna argue that point. It is. It is. It's yeah. I don't want to make it into like a stream complaint about food, but it just some of the things I can understand. Like okay, when you look at the logistics of like transporting cattle, um, for like beef production and stuff like that, that's expensive because gas is expensive because truck drivers, you know, they're expensive. Like the whole logistics of getting cattle from one place to another and ultimately on your plate, like that's a very expensive process nowadays. So I can understand that, but like some some eggs, like you serious? Eggs? You go to the store and buy a tomato and like why is one tomato like $2? What? This isn't even Whole Foods like special space potatoes, tomatoes or something like that. These are just regular tomatoes. So you like want to make a pot of like fresh, you want to make like some fresh salsa and you're like, cool, I'll get some tomatoes and your homemade salsa ends up costing like $30 and you're like, why? It's tomatoes, onions, some peppers. It's crazy. Oh, are you relatively new to diamond painting? Or you just been painting for a while and just haven't tried a whole lot of different setups that you like? I think I'm gonna get into what's up with these X's. Those X's look interesting. X's number 34. That's this little space right in here, these X's. But so like for me, I've got it down pat where I feel comfortable. So when we kind of started our business, I decided that we needed a larger desk, a table where we could put like some computer monitors, and have like a really long, wide surface, to not only diamond paint on, but to like package up all of these orders and stuff. Because we were doing it on like tray tables and in the living room and all, and I'm like, this is not gonna make a good flow. Like, like this is gonna take forever to package this stuff up. So I ended up buying this really heavy duty standing desk, and now we have a 7 foot long, 2.5 foot deep, 2 inch thick, just heavy weight. Like I could put an elephant on this thing. 7 feet long, standing desk, and it's awesome. We love it. We can both sit at the desk. I've got an A1 size light board, which is basically the largest light board you can get. Well, you can get an A0, which is a little larger, but A1, from Art Dot. Bought this light board. It's great. Basically, I use it like a giant desk. Um, it's great for that. My wife uses, I think she has an A2 size light board. She didn't want one as big as mine. I don't know why, but she just didn't want it, so that's what she got. So we have a standing desk. We've got our light boards. We have tried just about every storage system. So right now I'm using the jars, but we've tried the Catier tray bricks. We've tried the Forever Young trays. We tried there's tubes, Forever Young, the tray bricks, and we tried the Art Dot trays as well. Not the first generation Art Dot trays that Elisa Maria hates, the one that she threw across the room. The second generation that comes in like the 60 count for like $30, where you get like 20 large trays and 40 small ones. Those are what we enjoy using the most now. They're a little bit hard to open, but usually after like you complete your first painting, they're broken in really nicely, and they're just they're great. They look great. They're clear. You can see the color of your drills in there. They look awesome. But that's what we settled on for most of our painting. And who's that showing up in chat? It's Tracy. Tracy in the house. Yeah, a good table is key. So the ability to like raise or lower this table. I wish somebody would make a standing desk that was like, it was like a standing desk draft table, right? So you could not only raise it up and down, but you could like tilt it forward and back to get like the perfect angle. Like that would be my ideal desk, like 7 feet long and be able to tilt it. Or even tilt, like split it in half and tilt one half of it, kind of like a sleep number bed. So my wife could sit on one side and it could be flat and the other side could be tilted. Like that would be epic. Maybe if I get rich one day, scratch off that lottery ticket, I'll do that. Tracy in the house. Tracy, I thought you would be asleep this time of night. We are approaching midnight. Girlie, what are you doing up? Did you have a late evening nap? Red likes the jars. You just bought the DAC storage container. Oh, the ones that are made they're kind of like modeled off of the Elizabeth Warden, the EW storage containers. They have like white tops and they're like square or rectangular. Yeah, they are a bit hard to open. So there are people who make little tools to open those. It's kind of like a guitar pick looking thing, but it like goes like it slips over your thumb like a ring, and it has like a little point off the side of it so that you can kind of use your thumb and flick the lid open. Red's in California, so it's still early. So, oh yeah, it's only about 9:15 there. For Tracy, she's an hour behind me. So I want to say it's like 10:15 or something like that there. She's either an hour behind or ahead. I'm not sure. Tracy's nice enough to visit us from Canada. All right, I think I'm all done with number 34. Oh my God, I was up. You were up at 4:30. You're so tired, but somehow you're still here, chilling out on my stream. Well, I tell you what, I'll start talking really slower, a lot slower and a lot softer, and you can just drift off to sleep with the soothing tones of late night diamond painting. Go ahead, lay back, close your eyes, relax, and listen to the smooth Christmas lo-fi beats. No, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, there's people who make them on Etsy. I've thought about designing one of my own to like put in my shop, but nobody's really ever asked me for one. So I tend to make tools, design and make tools that I would use myself. And since I don't use those containers, I haven't really felt the need to make a tool for it. But you know, if I get a few people like, hey, you know, Chris, could you make one of those, put them in the shop? We'd really like to have them. I'd probably put one together and sell it in the shop. But I think I've already got like 20 or 21 items in the shop, so no need filling up the shop with stuff that people not gonna order. Let's see. You know what? Let's do some number threes. So to find the three is number 48. That is confusing. Oh, Lego separator. That's a that's a good idea. Yeah, we've got plenty of those things around here. Uh, my wife Sandy is big into Legos. She caught the bug last year when a coworker for Christmas gave her um, a Lego set, and my wife was like, "I've never played with Legos before unless they were for the kids." But she put it together. It took her a couple of days. It was that Christmas candle one, and she ended up really having fun with it. So I was like, you know what? Let's go to the Lego store. Let's go buy another one. And she bought another little small one, had fun with that. Then she bought a botanical one and put that together. And now she's, she's got some big ones. She not For Black Friday she bought the Star Trek Enterprise, and then a few days ago, um, we decided, since we don't have a Christmas tree put up in the house, that we just go get the Lego collector's edition Christmas tree, and we'll probably put that together maybe tomorrow night since we're both off, and we'll set that up and we'll have a Lego Christmas tree. Why am I single placing this like a noob? Not that single placing is bad, but you haven't done the Lego thing yet. Yet, yes. How broke do you want to be? It does work. My hubby too, he gives them to me. What, he gives you Lego sets? Or he gives you tool separators? He gives you Lego separators. If he's giving you Lego kits, well, that's just a great husband right there. Wait, is Sandy in my chat? No, she's not in my chat. She can't be in my chat. She's passed out on the couch. You two have similar hobbies. Um, this time around, yes, it really is super nice to have a hobby that you can share, you know, with your SO, with your significant other. Now, um, my previous hobbies, well, they're still my hobbies. Working in the wood shop and building things and all, like that's my wife doesn't really have any care for that. But she picked up when she started Lego. I was like, oh man, I want to do like a quiet nighttime hobby that doesn't involve making enough noise to tear down a house. But I thought it was so interesting and so unique. Well, maybe not unique, definitely rare um, for a female, especially an older female, to be um, interested in Lego. Like really enthusiastic. My wife doesn't get super enthusiastic about a lot of things. um, so the last thing I wanted to do was like try to encroach on that hobby or like share that hobby with her. So I don't really do Lego. Like I will, but that's her hobby. So because I know what'll happen if I join her in that hobby. I will eventually take it over and it will become my hobby. I'll buy all the stuff. I'll build all the big cool kits and the new stuff and all that, and she'll just kind of get relegated to the corner and the less cool stuff, and then eventually she'll just grow tired or bored and just quit. And I don't want that to happen. So it's a hobby that she found all by herself and decided that she wanted to enjoy. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. I can go find my own stuff to do, which is when I found diamond painting. And then she decided, because you know when you have a wife, nothing is ever truly your own when you're a guy. She decided to also make diamond painting her hobby as well. so, so just like the money, diamond painting is her hobby. It's like her hobbies are her hobbies, and my hobbies are also her hobbies. So, so yeah, just watch it, buddy. You only mad because I'm speaking the truth. But that's really why I don't like. I'll like the Christmas tree. Now I'm gonna build that with her because that's like it's meant to be what's called a party build. So each person has their own set of instructions. And then after Christmas, you can actually take it apart, and the box is meant to be collectible. Like it's a different kind of Lego box that you can kind of slide off the top like a shoebox, put everything back inside of it in like compartmentalized sections, so the excuse me, so that you can store it and then break it out next year and put the sections back together, right? So it's meant to be something for the family, or for a few people to build together, build and enjoy together. So that one we'll do together. But like a lot of her other ones, the big ones and stuff like that, it's like, no, honey, you do that. I get joy just watching her do it. I think it's so cool to see her, um, build and do Lego, and I'm really proud every time she finishes one. It looks so good, and to see her skills grow, and because some of the instructions, some of the processes for building some of these things can be a little bit confusing, and she just works her way through it. Sometimes with a lot of cussing, a lot of swearing and whatnot, but she gets there, and she builds it, and it's really cool. So that's just, I let her have it. We don't need to do everything together, right? You ever had that feeling like, like people who go on vacation together, and it's like I feel like you start to run out of stories, because it's like, hey, honey, you remember that time? And it's like, yeah, I know, I remember, I was there. So then eventually you don't have anything to say because both of you already know the story. So I don't want that to happen. I want her to have her own stories and her own adventures. I don't know. What about you guys? You are you like, yeah, I like to do my own stuff, or is it like, nah, you want somebody there with you, sharing the experience all the time? You enjoy both? Yeah. Sometimes it's good that to have somebody there. Like, yeah, let's do this together. That that's gonna be fun. Like, me and Sandy and the Christmas tree. And other times I just like to sit back and just watch her go. There's a lot of times where she'll ask me for help with something, and I don't do it. Mainly because I just want to see if she can figure it out herself, and then when she does, like sometimes she gets a little bit of a I don't know if it's an attitude or whatever, but she gets a little wry smile when she's like, "Yeah, I did it. It was me." Like she's getting ready um, to make like Christmas cookies and stuff like that. So she needs space in the kitchen. And right now I've got the heat presses in there for making mugs and t-shirts and stuff like that. And they're heavy machines and all. But uh, she cleared off some space in another room and moved some stuff there. And she was saying that she was going to move the big t-shirt heat press, which is like 50 pounds. But she's like, no, I didn't. I decided to wait for you to get home. But she was like, I could have, but I didn't want to. And like the way she said it, I was just like, I was thinking to myself, no, no, you couldn't have. But but it was funny that she was like, I could have. I said, no, no, you couldn't. But I would much rather be the one who lifts it rather than her, possibly dropping 50 pounds of iron and plastic on her foot. You do your own thing, but it was nice when there was someone to share the hobby with. Yeah, well, you can always come here and share your hobbies with us. I love hearing about people's hobbies. It's like people are always, if when you make small talk with people, they're like, "So, what do you do for work?" Right? But like, and people will get like super in depth in that and talking about their jobs and their purpose in life and all of this stuff, and it's just like, yeah, everybody got a job. I'm bored already. I don't care. Tell me about everything else. Because like to me, like your job is like the smallest part of who you are. Your job is what you have to do. Very rarely is your job what you want to do. So a lot of times I'm not really interested in like what people have to do. I'm interested in hearing about what people want to do. Even if it's not something they're currently doing right now, I want to hear about what they want to do. To me, it's far more interesting. Yes, and Tracy's right. It is with live chat, either on a live stream like I'm doing now, or in my Discord. I'll do paint-alongs, which is just the Discord invite members, um, and we'll do paint-alongs. Sometimes it'll just be we'll just be talking, whatever it is, but it'll just be a cool place to hang out. Every once in a while, that's not live streamed, um, and that's a far more intimate setting. Sounds weird to say, but it's intimate in a friend's way, right? There's not everybody wants to show exactly who they are in a large public forum like this has the potential to be. But when you're around 5 or 6 people, you can get to know them on a far more personal level, right? So, looking at your new glasses, yes, you did get new glasses. You sent me a picture, and I like them a lot. Not that I would ever be the kind of person to tell you that your glasses are ugly. Well, no, actually, I am that kind of person because I did do that today at work. But I had to. I had to. I could I couldn't let her pick those frames. No way. I could not. I wouldn't be able to live with myself if I'd have let her choose that pair of glasses. I just no. No. I don't care how good it looks on TikTok. Not every pair of glasses is for everybody, okay? Find something that fits your face and your style, and don't worry about how many thumbs up you're going to get on Facebook. And yes, if you're wondering, I am a optician supervisor. So sometimes people confuse an optician with an optometrist or an ophthalmologist. Those are eye doctors who administer your tests or do surgery on your eye. I am the optician, so I'm the person who will more than likely be selling you your glasses, adjusting your glasses, explaining your options to you, helping you understand your prescription, and troubleshooting any issues you may have with your glasses or contact lenses. So I spend a large part of my day telling people no. So I am not afraid to tell people no. What do you think of these glasses? No. I almost say it in a way where it's like, you're enjoying this, aren't you? Yes. But also, when I can help somebody find something that they really love, they're like, yes, this is me. I like this look. Then it's like, all right, cool, rocking together. That's always fun. Red, do you wear glasses? I wear glasses. Ah, why is this drill all sticky? Come on. Okay, you go there, and I'll put you right here. Drills don't want to cooperate. Oh, oh no. That is. Tell me the story. How did you clean them incorrectly? I know all the ways that they can be cleaned incorrectly. I've been. Oh no. Oh, that's horrible. That's the worst, which is why I always advocate that, no matter how expensive your glasses are, you, like, have a second pair, a backup pair, and I'm not just talking about a pair that's old from like 10 years ago. Like, get two current pair. Um, Mainly because, okay, so think about it like this: if you were offered a bunch of money to lose all of your senses except for one, what would be the one of your senses that you would want to keep? People will lose hearing, they'll lose smell, they'll even lose touch. Like they'll lose it all. Sight will be the last one. To be the last one. You wash the cloths and dried them. That in and of itself should not ruin a pair of glasses. I think I'll get two pairs this time because yes, if these go down, I'm toast. Yeah, and I tell that to everybody, not just people with like super strong prescriptions. Although the people with super strong prescriptions, they need to abide by that rule the most because I've in my 12 years of being an optician, like I have met people who could not find the bar of soap in the shower without their glasses. Like they literally have to take a shower with their glasses on. We talking double digit correction on their prescriptions. And so I'm just like, look, I know these glasses are expensive, but your life literally stops when you can't see. Like you can't get in your car and go to work. Even if you were able to get to work, if somebody took you to work, you couldn't see anything to even do any work. So you can't drive, you can't work. You'd have to feel around, like you were in the dark, just trying to find something to eat in your own kitchen. Like life is over. So you need to have your glasses. But for everybody, like little kids, anybody, I've had people come and tell me stories where they had one pair of glasses. They went on the vacation of a lifetime where they were going to go to Italy and then go to Spain and go to France and all this. And they take their glasses, they get sat on and crushed and broken on the airplane on the way. And now their whole 2-week vacation touring the best places in Europe ruined because they can't see, because they didn't have a backup pair of glasses. I can't. I washed the cloths that I used to clean them. Oh, do you have like a water softener? Ah, yes, that was the one thing that I was gonna say is like depending on what or how you wash them. So what I recommend and what we do at work is we just use very mild dishwashing detergent, like plain old Blue Dawn. We just use a couple of drops of that in some warm water. Just hand wash those claws, scrunch them up, get them nice and soapy, and then rinse them out really, really well. And then wring them out, drape them over the faucet, let them air dry, and they're good to go the next morning. I've been doing that with the same set of cloths that I use at work for over 4 years. Never replaced them. Work flawlessly every day, all the time, and I clean 100 pairs of glasses a day. But if you use like a harsh astringent or something like that on your glasses, I know people like to put Windex, turpentine, bar soap. They use alcohol pads on their glasses instead of proper lens wipes. All kinds of weird stuff. All of that stuff is an astringent, and it will strip the coatings off of your glasses. Like if it will take fingernail polish off of your fingernails, it will take the coatings off of your glasses. That's what I tell people. If it's strong enough to take makeup off of your face or fingernail polish off of your fingernails, it is too strong for your glasses. Yeah, but I'm not roasting you for that. Accidents happen. But it's like when somebody tells me, like, they hand me their glasses, I don't know what happened. I look at them and I can go, I know exactly what happened, because I can see the pattern of swirl marks in it. I've seen the same kinds of damages to glasses over and over and over a dozen years that I can just look at the glasses and go, I know exactly what happened. Like, I can tell you which foot you stepped on these with, right or left. I can tell you just from the bend in the frame. Maybe that's exaggerating a little bit, but pretty darn close. I can certainly tell which hand you use to take off your glasses. But I never roast anybody for doing it, so I just view it as an opportunity to share my knowledge. We all learn. So I'm like, hey, so sorry that happened to you. This absolutely sucks. Let me show you the right way to do it. And people seem to really appreciate that, because a lot of stuff they just had no clue. They didn't know. I have people who come in and they spend like $20 every month buying new cleaning rags for their glasses. And I'm like, bro, this is like the third month you've been here. Like, are you giving these away? What are you doing with these? And they're like, oh, I just throw them away once they get so dirty that my glasses won't come clean anymore. And then I buy some more. And I'm like, bro, is as much as I like making $20 off of you once a month, like, like just take them home. Just hand wash them. Just hand wash them in the kitchen sink, drape them over the faucet. They're good to go the next day. They will literally last forever. It's like I'm gonna save you some money. Let's see. Number 38 is what I want to do. And Sandy does the same thing. She works at a different place than I do, but we both basically do the same job. Although she is not a licensed optician, she was very close to retiring, so there was no point in her taking the American Board of Optometry exam to become a licensed optician. Um, but I did. Pass it with flying colors. The ABO licensing program has a 60% failure rate on the first try. That's actually higher than the bar exam in almost every state. So I'm very proud that I did so well at it, because there is a lot of very, very weird and uncommon math that you have to know to pass that. And the fact that I passed it on the first try, I'm amazed with myself. Like, holy crap, I did that. All right, Tracy, have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, thank you very much for the congratulations. I appreciate that, Red. Yeah, it was no easy feat, but it's plus I kind of had to do it because the place where I work, they're like, hey, we we require all opticians to pass this exam and be licensed. So if you don't do that, like, we're gonna have to let you go. And I basically procrastinated until, like, I had, like, they would give me no more extra time. It was basically like do it or die. So if I'd have failed it, I probably would not have my job. I think I got all of those. Yes. Miss Rock Music in the house. Hi there. Just checking in for a bit before you're off to bed. Yes. Oh my God. Yes. So, uh, one chipped toenail, the other one cracked in half. So yeah, I was definitely off my feet for like 4 days. That was very, very uncomfortable. Hurt for a while even after that to put my socks on. Red. So what happened is the start of the cold season here in Oklahoma. We had a freeze warning overnight, so I was like, oh, I should probably turn on the heaters here in this ancient house, which was built in 1927. Um, uh, it has floor furnaces. It has two of them. One in the living room it's been upgraded, so a new floor furnace unit has been installed, and it now has electronic control. But the one in the hallway in the opposite side of the house, you have to put this little key into the floor grate and turn this little valve to open the gas, and you have to manually light it. It's ancient technology, but it does get hot. Um, and For somewhere, it was late at night. I was already on my way to bed, and I was super tired. And I must have left the key in the grate. And so early that morning, about 6 o'clock in the morning, I wake up. I gotta go to the bathroom, and on my way to the bathroom, barefoot, I just, you're walking in a hurry because you wake up out of your sleep to go to the bathroom, if you know what I mean, And I just swing and kick this thing like I was punting a friggin' football. So I kicked this hard piece of iron um, with my bare toes. I darn near fall and slam my head into the hallway closet. Um, but thankfully I catch myself so I don't fall down, and it was some of the most intense pain ever. Oh God, it's it was not good. It was not good at all. So I called the boss man and I'm like, I don't know if it's broken. I'm gonna wait for a little bit, see if the pain goes away. So thankfully I was able to wiggle my toes, but like walking around, because it was my two middle toes. It was these toes. No, it was my big toe. It was these toes. These two toes right here. Yeah. And like walking around and putting pressure on my toes, like bending them like that. Oof. No, I was for sure like my toenails were gonna come off. Um, But anyway, I had to take a couple of days off of work. I told the boss man, I called him up and I'm like, yo, not coming today because my job requires me to stand on my feet for like 8 hours a day. I'm like, ain't no way. Ain't no way that's happening. So he was like, yeah, cool. I understand. I get it. So I was off work for like 4 days. I missed one of these 38s. Oh, I actually missed several. See what happens when I'm talking? But now I'm all healed up and better. You did that with the glass fish aquarium. I was in a boot for a few weeks. See, that's what I thought was going to be me. Thankfully, I didn't break anything. And Miss Rock Music 17 in the house. How are you doing? Hope you're having a great evening. Thank you for joining us. And Rock Music, if you didn't notice, I posted on Facebook new additions, totally new additions to the store tonight. Let me see if I got. Oh, here's one. Yeah. So, double-sided, full wrap. So I got that one, and my other one, I think I made hot chocolate in. Let me see if I got it around here. I'll show you. This one, I need to clean up the lettering a little bit on it, but you'll get the idea. I put it in the store anyway because by the time somebody orders one, I'll have the text corrected on it. But yeah, here's and it says 1 by 1 until it's done. And DB Co is just the Diamond Brush company, which is my store. So 1 by 1 until it's done. You can see that there's a little placer on there, placing drills, but 1 by 1 until it's done. So two great mugs. These are $10. We don't do drop shipping or anything like that, so I buy these mugs and I do the design. So I do the artwork and all that stuff. I print it out. I do all the heat pressing for it. So the whole entire process is all me and my wife. And they are $10 each, although you can get 10% off if you use code JingleDrills25. You'll get 10% off, so $9 for a coffee mug. I think that's a pretty cool deal, and you help us keep doing what we're doing, which is always a great thing. We can make more cool tools for you guys. First quarter of next year, we're going to have some other items out, including some t-shirts, some hats, and other various things. So lots of people have, tools and stuff like that to help with the diamond painting, but they might not have a way to show their diamond painting love away from their desk. And I'm like, what? Diamond painting isn't a hobby, baby. It's a lifestyle. You need to start scrolling. Hope you're talking about scrolling on my website. Check it out. There's a lot of stuff on there. So me and my wife, we're prepared for the run up to Christmas. So tomorrow I'm going to start advertising that that if you have an order that you want for Christmas and it's inside the United States, you have all the way until like the 18th, I think is the last day. So like 8 more days, you could order something and possibly still receive it by Christmas. As we get more and more orders in, I'll update that, because if we get in, the last time we had a large burst of orders, it was like 90 orders inside of 24 hours. Ain't no way I'm going to finish all of those before Christmas, so that ain't happening. But for right now, we have only one order to make, and it's for 2 rulers that's in our ordered list. So, and I can knock that out tomorrow when I get home from work. And if it's an international order, I want to say it's probably about 5 more days you have to order. You're always looking for storage solutions and accessories. Well, heck yeah, I got what you need. Go to the link that's down there, coffee.com/thediamondbrush. I've got rulers if you want to keep things straight. So this is what I call a mini ruler. This is what I call an XW ruler. So basically it's twice as wide. I got them in a lot of different colors and whatnot. I sell little trays. So you can have your diamond painting tray. And probably the thing that I'm the most proud of, my most recent invention, is this thing, which is what I'm using to paint in right now. This is called a canvas window, which is essentially a ruler without all of the splines, no ribs in there. This means that you can use this to actually paint faster than you can with a ruler, because you can multi-place in whatever direction you want. And the little green part is called a slider, because you can use this to adjust and make it fit the size area that you want to paint. And it will work with many different canvases. It is designed for squares, although I have seen people use it for rounds. It works okay for rounds, but designed for squares, absolutely. What else I got in there? I got funnels in there. I've got the rulers, the canvas window. I've even got a diamond painting pin. See, I've got one with like Christmas colors. I call this gingerbread collection, because it's got the red and the brown of the cookie, and like Even the canvas window, which actually comes with 2 sliders. So you get the red, green, white, and brown. The whole collection is that color like that. I got rulers, see, brown, red, white, and green. What else I got in there? Oh, I've got canvas holders, where you can roll your canvas up, at the top, so you don't have to have the canvas like hanging over your desk and just hanging there. I got those. I got pins. I got trays. I got trays like this here. This is a really cool tray. You see where the lines are? This is actually an insert. You can pull this insert out. I'll show you if you've never seen it before. Where'd my tweezers go? Oh no, I'm missing tools. Here they are. I wish they made these tweezers in like different colors so I could find them easier. But I just use the tweezers. I'll poke that out of there. And the insert comes out. See? Now why would you want to do that? It's because it comes with 3 different inserts. One of them that's just all horizontal lines like this. Just straight lines. If you do a lot of multi-placing, rock on with this. There's this one here, my favorite, which is the combo. And then the other one is like a single placer's dream, because it just separates all of the diamonds into like single placing. You have the Drills and Chills one. It's one of your favorite trays. Do you know how freaking hard? Have I ever expressed? I don't think I've expressed it really to anybody how hard it is to make that tray. More than likely I am never going to make that tray again. So cherish and take care of that tray. I would say that tray, as far as printing it, had like a 30% success rate. That's how many trays failed before I got a usable print. Trying to print that tray. It was a nightmare. But it's so freaking cool because it looks like wood. It looks like it's made out of wood. It feels like it's made out of wood. And the inserts are phenomenal. It's literally the same tray as this. It's literally the same tray, but it just has this like really cool wood texture. I made it out of 4 different woods. There was oak, cherry, teak, and walnut. And it had a cute little cat next to a jack-o'-lantern, and the artwork was called Cat Pumpkin. But it was very cool, but extremely hard to make. So for the people who have one, the people who bought one, like, congratulations, because I probably won't be doing that again. Yes, I have the wooden ones up still, mainly because I still have some of that filament, and like I don't mind running through it because I've already kind of gotten my use out of it, and I don't have any plans to do anything else with it, and it doesn't really sell very much, so I just leave it there as an option. If somebody wants it, like, yeah, I'll take a chance and make one. But to make them in large quantities, like for another event again, like I was doing, oh my God, like the stress was mounting because I try to get everything done in like 10 days, and I'm like, okay, this is day number 9, the 4th attempt making this tray. It's like, if this fails, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to be late on it. And just like, it's very stressful. But making the occasional one is fine. When you have to make like 20 of them, along with everything else that I had to make for Drills and Chills, it gets kind of stressful. So it's like, I probably won't do anything that complicated again for like a special event. But it is probably one of the coolest things that I've ever made. I'll make you make another one. Here's Here's an idea if you want something really, really cool. Say what? Oh, okay. Okay. the So the walnut and the teak. The walnut and the teak. So teak is kind of a tan color, and the walnut a chocolate brown color. What I liked doing was mixing and matching the walnut and teak lid and tray, and I'd call them peanut butter cups because it's literally what it looks like. It is it is really cool. It is really, really cool. I didn't advertise it or really show it off. I showed it off on like one stream one time, um, but nobody ever asked for it because the process was already hard enough, and taking a chance to print two separate items, one after another, and changing filament in between would just cause more errors and problems. So I never really advertised it. But how I figured it out is I had one tray that didn't work out, but the lid was good. And then I had another tray that didn't work out. The tray was good, the lid was trash. So I was like, well, I'm not going to throw this away. And then Sandy was like, oh, that's really cool. And I was like, yeah, it was just an accident. And I ended up taking that and sending it to somebody. I don't remember where I sent it. I think it was somebody. It was somebody in my Discord. I think that I sent it to. And I was like, hey, here's this thing made up of like trash pieces. Like you can have it if you want. But that, if you're gonna do, if you're gonna order another tray, like if you put it in the notes and you ask nicely, I might. But that would probably be the coolest wooden tray. Um, would be the mix and match walnut and teak, the peanut butter cup special edition. I might actually have the rolls of filament. Do you want to see the rolls of filament so you can see the two colors side by side? You'll know what I mean by peanut butter cup. If you want, I'll go grab them. I think I've got them. It's much harder to find these symbols. See, like I've got my high power reading glasses here with a ton of magnification in it that makes this really easy. But because I need to see my monitor to keep up with chat, I, I'm just wearing my normal progressive lenses, which I can still see, but it's not like ultra zoomed in like 5x times. You guys want to see it? Okay. Give me just a moment to finish this little drill train that I've spotted here. It's all single placing, baby. Oh my god, there's a lot more in here than I thought. Holy shnikes. Alright, then I think there's two more here. Yeah. All right, I'll be right back, guys. I use a moonlight and a moon lamp. Oh, you use it. Okay, you use a light board and a moon lamp. I've wondered about the moon lamps, but I've got a phone right here that I'm using to record my canvas. So a moon lamp. It's you ever been to a nail salon and they have this kind of like arch, like this half circle? There's an LED light, so when they're working on your hands, they have this arched light that goes over the top. That's basically what it is. It's a nail salon lamp, but people kind of adopted them for diamond painting. Let me see. Yeah, there's some of that. Nope, that's rosewood. So there's teak. Where's my walnut? Oh, there it is. Oh, it has a foam mount on it. Oh, okay. Nice. So here's the teak color that I use. And then this is the light doesn't really get in there too well, but you can kind of see this brown color. So it's like those two together. And it just looks like chocolate and peanut butter. it's really a pretty cool thing. But yeah, it's chocolate and peanut butter. I put those two things together. So my favorite combo is to do a chocolate tray, so the walnut tray with the peanut butter lid. So and it just looks super cool like that. Now that I'm not, trying to make, a ridiculous amount of them as fast as I can, it probably wouldn't hurt so bad to pump out a few wooden trays. It's not like I deleted the files. Although there were some days it was so frustrating to make. I was like, I'm going to burn this computer and this printer. But I didn't, and I made it through drills and chills, and I learned some valuable lessons, and I will be better prepared next year. I'll start making all the drills and chills products like in July, so that I just have like a massive back stock of them. But Drills and Chills was my first time ever sponsoring an event, so I had no idea like how many people were gonna order, especially when Katie showed off the trays on her stream. Like the same day that she released her video showing off the trays, like it just, oh my god, I was at work and like my phone would not stop dinging. I was like, are you serious? Which is, when you got a little side hustle, it's like, hey, that's a great thing, right? You're making money or whatever. But I was just like, oh my God, look at all this work. And I still have a full-time day job. But my main fear was just not being able to like do things like as well as I thought they should be done. I didn't want to let people down. Like, oh my God, there's, Katie saying all these nice things about my stuff, and I don't want people to get it and then be like, this sucks. So like trying to make the best stuff that I can and make sure I have good customer service and trying to answer all the questions and all. It was a bit overwhelming, but all the supporters and customers and stuff like that, everybody super cool, super supportive, very encouraging, and I made it through and we all had a lot of fun. I reinvested all the money back into my side hustle so that I could buy new equipment that lets me make things like these mugs and all. So that was cool. Bugging you for pics of the filaments because they weren't on the listings. Yes, I was just about to mention that. In January, I hope to be moving into a new website, and the website is far more robust as far as the way that I can do listings, the way I can post videos, blogs, updates, chat with you guys straight on the website without you having to actually go to Discord, all kinds of stuff. A much better website. So the coffee store will still stay open for a while, probably into the spring, while I kind of work to transition all the past customers. Because I have a lot of return customers, which I'm super thankful for. So thank you guys very much for coming back to see me again and again. I really appreciate it. But making sure they know, like, hey, come over to this store, and buy it over here. I'll be able to post pictures of all of the different filaments that I use, so that when I say that it's mermaid sometimes, you'll actually know what that means, because it is mermaid. Sometimes it's purple, sometimes it's teal, sometimes it's blue. The filament, it's a single piece of filament, but it's a gradient. It blends from one color to another, and purple and teal are the extremes. And when you mix purple and teal together, you get kind of this blue color that's similar to this. And so people are like, why do you call it mermaid sometimes? Or I have this glitter pink, which is also a gradient color, and it goes from pink to lavender, but it has silver glitter sparkle all throughout it. So no matter what, it's always sparkly. It's always, really good looking, but sometimes it's lavender and other times it's like pink. And I'm just like, yeah. Now, thankfully, because the colors that I choose to have in my store, like, all of them look good. So nobody has ever emailed me like, oh man, I wish this thing was purple, but I got teal. I'm like, well, it is called sometimes purple, sometimes teal, so you actually got what you ordered. I haven't had anybody call me and, or email me or something and say, hey, I really wish, I'd have got this color. I think everybody has enjoyed it, for what it is. Plus, it's a little bit of a gotcha game, right? It's a little bit of gambling. That's always fun. It's like, hey, I ordered something. Let's see what I get, baby. So that, that's always fun to open up the package and go, oh, it's purple. I want a teal, but the purple still looks good. Let's see, what do we got in here? Let's do some of these. Where is that one? The number 43. So yeah, moving to a new website would be super exciting, and it's a website um, that I've used before for my pinball stuff that I make. So I'm very familiar with how to design and list things on the website, and it has a lot of cool features. It has features like when you buy something, it'll notify me obviously that you bought something so that I know to make it. Um, but it will also give me, um, it will auto formulate a link for me to send you a personalized thank you. Like it'll just automatically do that, put them in a list, and I can just go down the list and I can be like, hey, Miss Rock, thank you so much for your order. I really do appreciate it. I know that you're going to love the purple color that you got. I appreciate you coming back once again, and just send that off to you just really quick. Miss Rock, thank you so much. Have a great night. But yeah, that website would be really cool because it has a lot of kind of automated features. It can put you on an email list to automatically let you know, like, hey, there's new stuff. If you put something in the cart and don't buy it, it will automatically like message you and say, hey, did you forget this in your cart? Coffee doesn't do that. And then like the second time that it emails you, it'll say, hey, did you forget this in your cart? Last chance to buy it. Here's 5% off, or whatever I set it to if I want to do that, right? So, and it'll handle all that stuff for me. It'll be like, hey, here's a little extra incentive, to get you to buy this, give you $1 off, it's like, so I can set it up to do that kind of stuff for me. So I'm really excited about the new website that it's going to. The fees are going to be a little higher, but at least for me paying for the website, but it should work pretty good. And of course, the whole goal is to make it simple for you guys to use and find what you need. If Miss Rock going to bed, oh, it's almost 12:30. I got a few more minutes that I can hang out, and then it'd be time for me to go off too. I've still got about an hour of laundry to do. Yeah, it's been a great evening. I didn't really anticipate having anybody to talk to. I thought maybe one or two people might show up just for a short time because I started so late at night. But well, apparently we got some night owls out here. Oh, my sniffles are coming back. Hopefully, I don't wake up in the morning with a full-blown cold. For somebody with my kind of job, this is not the time of year where you want to be sick. You can be sick any other time of year, but end of the year, when everybody's trying to use their insurance, no, this is it's game time. It's the Super Bowl time, starting the day after Christmas. That week in between Christmas and New Year's, busiest time of the year for the eyeglass industry. So being sick anytime in December is just that's just bad mojo, baby. It's nice to have some crafts in the evenings. It is. It's a nice way to chill out, on the way to bed or whatever. It's like I said, my hobbies are relatively loud, playing pinball and woodworking, and you can't do those at midnight. Not if you don't want, your wife and the neighbors to kill you. Put those in there. Down in there, that one was trying to pop up on me. Oh man, there's a lot more of these than I thought. I thought I was picking something that just had a few colors. We have to get in here, we have to do some work. Sometimes my eyes don't see things right, and I'm thinking, oh, there's just one or two of those. That won't take very long. And then I find out, oh man, I've got to put down like 200 drills. Especially when I'm doing a full-size window, you know, if I'm not sectioning it off. Like, oh, that's many square inches of canvas to paint. So sometimes you think, oh, well, there's just this color in this one little section, but it's like all the way over here as well. Yeah. Red, do you do multi-placing? Are you a multi-placer or are you a single placer? Would you consider yourself a fairly fast painter? You do both, so you're like me. Like I can do both. I'm not super fast. Now, it's obviously if I'm not streaming, I'm not having to read through chat or do anything else, and it's just kind of head down in diamond paint. I can probably finish one of these windows, which is equivalent to 2.5 sections. If you're talking about 4x4, 4-inch by 4-inch sections, the area inside of this window is 2.5 sections worth of diamonds. I can finish one of these in about 4 hours. If I do it with a traditional ruler, then it takes around 6 hours to do it with a traditional ruler. The reason why it takes longer with a traditional ruler is that, one, you can only diamond place vertically. Trying to diamond place horizontally like this, the placer hits the side there. And you certainly can't use like an 8 placer or anything wider like that. It's not going to work. So you can only place vertically. And then once you do that, you have to take this off and then paint all of the area that was covered up by the ribs of this thing. So by doing this, it accomplishes the same thing as this does, except for now I'm free to multi-place faster and I don't have to take it off and paint under. So once I choose a color like this, I can paint that whole entire section in that one color without having to switch colors or anything like that, or pull out the color a second time to paint that section. So it's about 25 to 30% faster to use the canvas window over a standard ruler. Now that being said, I still sell tons of the standard rulers, and there's a reason for that. The canvas window, you need to be a decent placer in order for it to make it work well, because as this window fills up, the grid becomes tighter and tighter. So if your placing isn't very good, you're going to have drills popping out all over the place, because the more that this fills up, the more tension the drills have on them, squeezing them into place. And if you're way off in your placing, the tension on the drills isn't enough to overcome the poor placement. It's hard to explain. You really kind of have to use it to understand it. The best way that I've ever explained how the canvas window works is, imagine you put 6 drills in a square, and there's one drill that goes in the middle, but you've placed those 6 drills slightly close together so that one square in the middle is a little bit small for that last drill to go in, right, to fill that hole in the middle of those other square drills. So when you push that drill, when you force it into the middle, all the other drills expand outward, right, and they get shoved into their correct place. Now, as they expand outwards, right, because you shove the drill in the middle, they expand outwards, they're not allowed to go beyond the border of this frame. So if the whole thing is filled in except for one drill in the very center, you put that drill in there and the other drills will push up against the edges of the window, of the edges of the frame, and that keeps them in line. That's the forces that are exerted when you do that. The problem becomes, say you start on this side and you only paint on this side, and instead of putting the drills perfectly on their squares, you just smash them all together, right? Some canvases are loose, like this canvas. You can see a lot of gapping. This is a Michaels canvas, not a DAC, so very gappy. If I took all those drills and smashed them together so there was no gaps, I would have like half of a grid line extra over here that wouldn't be wide enough for me to put a drill in. And no matter what I did, I could not fit that drill in because there'd be so many stuck down drills over here that drill cannot push all of those drills over anymore. So I tell people that you need to be an intermediate painter to really get the best use out of this. I don't even consider myself an intermediate painter, but I have messed up using this so much that I'm like, oh, it makes me realize where and how I need to be a better painter. So I'm like, oh yeah, I messed this section up. I need to be more cognizant. I need to be more aware of where I'm placing drills. It's not about placing them butted up against each other. It's about placing them on their square. So, and several people have written me back like, yo, I was really intimidated to use the window, but you're right, I do paint faster with the window. And you are absolutely right. If I do a crappy job of placing drills in the window, like I will pay for it when I get towards the end of the window. It's like they had their eyes open and they're like, oh God, I really did do a crappy job. But they just know that the next section that they do, they learn that lesson, so they actually improve with their placing pretty quickly. The standard ruler, just what I still keep the standard rulers around for is, say that I've got like an Abraham Hunter. Oh my God, a confetti heavy canvas. It can be hard to look at and see all the drills. So using a ruler allows me to keep everything straight, but break the canvas up into smaller sections that I only have to pay attention to, right? I've only got to pay attention to what's inside of this column and just do that, right? I don't have to look at all of that. I've only got to look at half of that because half of it is covered up by the ruler. So that's a way that people use my tools. So when somebody's asking me, hey, I went to your shop, you've got so much stuff on there, I don't know what to pick. So I tell them, okay, get 3 mini rulers. Get the square, get the mini square new, get the mini round new, get the mini round old, and get a canvas window. Get those 4 items. No matter what canvas you're painting, you should be able to keep everything aligned and square. And if you're working with a round, the 2 round rulers will get the job done for you, and you'll be all set. There's like 4 items. I don't know why I don't make a bundle out of that. It would certainly be easier for people to buy, but Ko-fi doesn't really do too well with trying to make bundles out of things. But the new website will, so that's another reason why I'm super excited about going to the new website. All right, did we get all of those drills? I think we did. Super gappy canvas. Thank you, Make Market. Yep, I think I got them all. All right. Yeah, the DAC canvases are wonderful, and from what I've seen, the new round DAC canvases, so not the restock rounds, because those aren't considered new, but the new rounds that they came out in 2025 and starting the spring of 2025, they did a tighter grid on the canvases, and now the round drills are so tight together that they actually touch just like the squares do, and they look absolutely amazing. So I've got either 2 or 3 of their new round drill canvases, and I can't wait. And now, because I'm not done with this canvas, I put that's the wrong side. Put this side down. I save the protective cover that I cut away. I save it so that I can do this, so that way the cat doesn't get cat hair on my canvas. And then I just put that on there. Now it's clicked into place, so no cat hair on the exposed glue there. Yay! Stay away, cat. Get off my canvas. I've seen pictures on Facebook where people are like, oh, my cat laid down in the glue on my canvas. How do I clean off the cat hair? And it's like, you clean it off by throwing away your canvas. Like, you just do not leave exposed glue out where an animal, a small child, anybody can mess with that glue. Yeah, furry kids, yeah. Yeah, I have never seen anybody get a canvas clean without having to use like alcohol and strip the glue off of that section of canvas, and then have to use the aftermarket glue to make the section sticky again. Like, it's a lot of trouble. It's a friggin' nightmare. So thankfully I have not had to endure that nightmare, so I just take precautions and just go, you know what, I'm gonna cover this up And then I might even, you know, I might even go full out, just do this, just bust out one of these and just put my art dot case on top of it, put some weight on it, and just like get it out of the way. So I am going to call it a good evening. I hope you had a fun time here hanging out with me. And well, I don't know exactly when I'll be back. I don't have like a schedule or anything. Mainly because I work a full-time job, then I come home and I've got to like make labels and package up a bunch of stuff so I can get it shipped out. And this is only half of it. This is only one half of the stack. I got to do all that stuff. But today I decided, hey, since I've got everything made, all I have to do is package it up, and that's kind of the wife's job. I'm going to take a break and do some streaming, talk with my friends. So that's what I decided to do tonight. All work and no play is not a good idea. So I decided to play a little bit tonight. Well, it's very nice to meet you, Red, as well. So, yep. Eventually, you'll see Sandy on here. Sometimes we live stream together and we talk. But the best thing to do, come and visit the Discord. The Discord is always a great place to hang out. I'll go here and we'll do what's it? Recent trigger. There we go. Yeah. You should be able to use that link to go to my Discord there. You can join there. You can show your work in progress, otherwise known as whips. You can even trade recipes with the other nice ladies that are there. No other dudes there. It's just me. But hey, I don't mind. I love my ladies. they keep me entertained with their life stories and various goings ons. so yeah, come over there, hang out. We do paint togethers in the Discord voice chat. Think of it as a Zoom call, except for we're all painting and we can all see each other's canvases. We do that every once in a while. It's always good to have a group of people who hold you accountable to finishing a canvas, because sometimes you just don't want to paint. But when somebody's like, hey, what's that J wall looking like? And you haven't worked on it in like 2 weeks? Yeah, we're gonna hold you accountable to that. So yeah, come and join us over there. I hope you all have a great night. My name's Chris. This has been the Diamond Brush, and go check me out at coffee.com/the Diamond Brush and pick you up one of these cool coffee mugs, right? One by one, until it's done. And then you got the Jingle Drills coffee mug. Come and get them, $10 each. Use code JingleDrills25 and save $1 off of each one. So thank you very much. Have a great night, everybody. I love you. Peace. Oh, I almost forgot. Merry Christmas.